You know, sometimes special movie screenings are also the gem of movie screenings. Why? Because when you go into a movie not expecting what in the hell that's going to happen, don't know what a title is or who's in it, that's all the better for the movie because you'll end up with good things like this. Let's talk about it. Christ the Lord out of Egypt is a movie I never even heard of. But just came back from a screening for it. And the people at our movie theater were in a good mood tonight because afterwards they gave us 2 free movie tickets. Awesome. So, Christ the Lord, for my best example of it, is a origin story of Jesus Christ. Okay? So the plot of this movie, we find a young 7-year-old Jesus going through the fact that he's trying to figure out who he is, what his purpose is, and why he has these powers that he has of healing people. Healing people, bringing people back from the dead, basically. And yeah, his parents doesn't tell him anything. So he goes on this quest to go and find out his real backstory of who he is. But we also got centurions in the movie. One of them, played by Sean Bean, is after young Jesus because they're trying to kill all of the Jew babies, basically. So he was the only one that survived the massive onslaught when he was a baby, basically. This movie was good. This was actually a good biblical movie. Why? Because they took it seriously. Even though there is a little bit of comedy in here, but they took it seriously. Thank you. The story was plain. It was simple. It wasn't too confusing for people who don't know anything about biblical related stuff. That's another plus. The more people you can get to understand what's going on, the better. Okay? And I know they're going to be naysayers. Oh, but they just whitewash everything. You know how tired I am of hearing about people complaining about whitewashing everything. We live in America. What do you expect? I'm just telling you the truth. Who runs America? Basically, who runs this country? Exactly. So, anyways, I like this movie. I like the characters in this movie. I like the actors in this movie. Most of them are relatively unknown. The only one I actually recognized was Sean Bean. And he's the main centurion, of course. And I like him. He doesn't get a lot of work nowadays. I wish he fucking would. Because Sean Bean is decent. He's way better than decent. He's a very good actor. By my standards. And I really want to see Sean Bean in more stuff. Okay? And I do like it when he plays the bad guys in movies. Because he's good as a bad guy. I like him as a bad guy. Very, very good. And I thought the story was beautiful. It was thought-provoking. It was satisfying. The only thing I didn't really get a little bit of satisfaction from was the ending of the movie. The ending of the movie, it just kind of ends. You know what I mean? It's not like, it doesn't have like this big foregone conclusion. And maybe that's for the best because he's still a little boy. They're not like going to go and do all this other shit when he was a little boy. They just explored, how he came to be and who people who don't know anything about Bible related stuff will get it, basically. And that's not too bad of a concept. This is actually a very fresh take on this. I never seen an origin story of a young Jesus Christ before, so that was actually pretty good and pretty surprising. And I love the fact when it started raining that there was a rainbow in there, which I quickly pointed out to my fiance, and she's like, she smiled because, of course, we know what the real meaning of a rainbow is. If you don't know, then I guess I'll tell you real quick. The real meaning of a rainbow is that God said He will never destroy the earth with water ever again. That is the purpose of a rainbow. Not Lucky Charms and all this other bullcrap that the man made up. Okay? No. We're talking about good stuff here. But, because the ending kind of just was like, I'm going to give Christ the Lord a B+. Thoroughly check out this movie when it comes out. I'm not sure when it comes out. I'll probably have all the information about this movie down below, if there is any yet. Because, yeah, I didn't really go into this movie knowing what the hell we were going to see, because there was no title, no cast, none of that stuff. So it was kind of a clean slate, if you will. So I kind of like that. So, yes. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about it, if you eventually and will see it. Monday, I will have my review of another screening for a movie. What was that, you might say? It is for the comedy Entourage, and I am very stoked about that because I love Entourage. I love that show. So glad they made a movie about it, and so glad it's R-rated. Thank you, and we get to see it early. Yes! But anyways, I am out. I shall see you guys later.